All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into something really cool, a single connected innovation hub that's taking on some of the most different and most difficult challenges you could possibly think of. Okay, let's get into it.
You know, it really does sound like the start of a strange joke, doesn't it? I mean, what on earth could possibly link elderly people living in tiny villages with the high-stakes, multi-billion-dollar art world and the way we make fruit juice?
Well, the answer is a shared approach. A single, powerful ecosystem of technology and fresh ideas is being used to tackle the very specific problems in each one of these areas. Let's break down how.
So, let's start with where this story gets really personal. We're looking at the challenge of what's known as emptied Spain, or España vaciada, a phenomenon where depopulation is leaving an entire generation of older people behind.
So picture this. As younger generations pack up and move to the big cities for work, a growing number of seniors in rural Spain are facing this profound isolation. They're not just cut off from their families, but from all kinds of essential modern services.
And you've got to understand, this is so much more than just feeling lonely. It's this whole tangled web of problems. You've got the digital divide, right? Which cuts off access to things like telehealth. You have a real disconnect from family. And even getting simple info about healthy living is a challenge. It all just adds up, making them more and more vulnerable.
The solution here is so smart because it doesn't force them to learn some crazy new technology. It meets them right where they are. It's a platform called Smart Siesta Care TV, and what it does is turn the most familiar piece of tech in their entire house, the TV, into a lifeline, a gateway for care, for communication, and for community. And you can see just how much it does. Right through their television, seniors can join health workshops, they can video call their grandkids, get remote physical therapy sessions, and even access movies and other services. It's a whole universe of support, all on one screen they already know how to use.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. What if you could take the thinking behind a project like that and apply it to completely different worlds? Let's see how this same model gets stretched to do everything from protecting priceless art to making our industries better. Let's talk about the art market for a second. It has this massive, dirty secret: fraud. Some experts think that up to 40%, that's 40, of the art being sold could be fake. It's a huge problem. So a project called Puck Art comes in and says, what if every single piece of art had its own unique, unfakeable digital identity? A kind of identity footprint that's locked down on a blockchain.
The way it works is genius in its simplicity. They create a special physical tag that's permanently attached to the artwork itself. That tag is then linked to a digital record, a history on the blockchain that can never be changed. So anyone, a buyer, a gallery, a museum, can just scan it with an app and instantly know if it's the real deal. The goal is to make art forgery basically impossible.
Okay, so we've gone from people to paintings. Now let's jump to juice. Yep, the stuff you drink. The issue here is all about quality. The old-school way of making juice uses a lot of heat, and that heat just kills the nutrients in the flavor. But as you can see here, these newer non-thermal technologies are a complete game-changer for preserving nutritional value. And a project called AZF Global is all over this. Their entire mission is basically captured in this one quote: to conserve the sensory, nutritional, and functional properties of fresh juice. They are literally engineering brand new industrial plants that use this advanced tech to make juice that's not just healthier and tastier, but also lasts longer on the shelf. And for our last case study, we're shifting gears to something huge: national security. This project, called Sumatra, found some really critical flaws in our coastal radar systems. I mean, they're expensive, they're not always reliable in bad weather, and maybe worst of all, different groups use different systems that don't talk to each other. That creates massive, dangerous blind spots.
So their solution is a total rethink. It's a single, unified, super high-precision radar system that can watch everything at once: the water, the air, and the land. It's more accurate, it's cheaper to run, it needs fewer people watching it, and, this is the key, it gets everyone on the same page with one seamless network.
So let's pause for a second. A platform for seniors, a fraud-proof art system, better juice, and a next-gen radar? How on earth is one hub doing all of this? What's the secret sauce? Well, the secret is that they have a shared box of incredibly powerful tools.
The common thread, the thing that ties all of these amazing but different solutions together, is this versatile toolkit of what people call exponential technologies. These aren't just one-off tricks. They're foundational tools you can mix and match to solve almost any problem you can think of.
And this is the toolkit. We're talking about the heavy hitters here. You've got artificial intelligence, AI, for smart analysis, the Internet of Things, or IoT, to connect all the sensors, blockchain for that rock-solid security, and natural user interfaces, things like voice or gesture controls that make complicated tech feel simple.
And this matrix right here, this is where it all just clicks into place. Look at this. You can see how Siesta Care TV for seniors combines a bit of everything: AI, blockchain, IoT, and that natural user interface for the TV. Then you have Pucart for art, which just needs AI and blockchain. The Sumatra radar, it uses AI and IoT. It's like having a set of Lego blocks, and you just pick the ones you need for whatever you're trying to build.
So let's zoom out and look at the really big picture. When you have a model that's this powerful and this flexible, you have to ask, what is its true scale? And what could its future really look like? First, just think about the level of ambition. We're talking about a budget of 47 million euros for the Siesta Care TV initiative and related projects alone. This isn't some small pilot program. This is a massive, serious investment in fixing huge, complicated problems.
But a big budget is one thing. What about the people? Well, that main project, Siesta Care TV, it's designed for 25,000 users. That's thousands upon thousands of seniors and their family caregivers whose lives are being directly improved. That's the real measure of success.
And it's so important to realize this whole ecosystem didn't just appear out of thin air. It's actually built on a legacy of work that goes back over 20 years, from early projects in the 90s focused on digital literacy to building care platforms in the 2010s. All of that work led up to this incredible explosion of new projects today.
It all just boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. You have one central hub full of experts and one shared toolkit of these amazing technologies. And with that combination, the possibilities for what you can solve are truly endless.
This really shows that the future of innovation might not be about finding single solutions, but about building ecosystems that can learn and adapt to solve, well, almost anything. And that leaves us with one final, big thought. If a model like this can do all of this, what huge, complex problem should it take on next?